I think I need to keep the videos even shorter because that one just took a long time to compile. And compiling is not rendering. Compiling is when the recording software takes the raw video files that it records and the raw audio files and then smashes them together into one big file. And then that file is modified and rendered down to make a video. Anyway, the second day that we went, we parked in a different parking garage, and outside was this brick wall. We called this the shitty brick wall because, I mean, look at it. It's a terrible, terrible brick wall. This is the kind of brick wall you put together when you're trying to keep zombies out, and you need a brick wall now. Not a good one, just one. And then this is like a close-up at an angle. Look at me, I'm a photographer. I actually like this. Not so much the upper right part right here, but I definitely feel some affinity for this, the whole left half of the photo. Really nice. Anyway, I took a picture of this so that I can remember what a shitty brick wall looks like the next time a thief needs to make a climb check. Oh man, I wish this shot didn't come out so blurry. You can tell by the graininess of this photo that I was standing in the back of a crowd and zooming in. And this guy was Grog. Grog's costume was cool. He's got all kinds of furs and pelts and an awesome orc head and a guitar. All of it was cool. But the best part of him about Grog was that he talked like an orc so good. I cannot do the voice that he had, but he had this gravelly voice. Hurry up, Grog hungry. And it was awesome. And then one of the other guys that I was there with got his picture taken with Grog in front of the troll. And that is how big the troll is. Giant troll. Huge troll. I would love to have him in my house. And Grog, of course, was not that tall. But look at him. Grog was awesome. I loved Grog. I would have given the man money if he asked for it. He was walking all around through this hall just posing for pictures for person after person. I mean, that was like the whole reason he was here. And I don't think he has a badge. Then, later on that night, this is Friday night, I'm playing in another game. And in the middle of the game is called On Account of Zombies. At Gen Con, and a lot of cons do this right now, they have like a parade of zombies. And these zombies just came shuffling, I was going to say running, shuffling through right by our table. So we all stopped and watched and took pictures. There were so many of them walking by, and they were all groaning and moaning, and it was completely impossible to game. And this is the game that we were playing. My guy is this guy, I believe, right here. I'm a wizard, doing wizardy things. And to set up this was a game when I was playing with people from my message boards again, but this was like the important game, because this was a continuation of a game from last year. And actually, the character that I sat down with, I didn't make him up, and somebody else had played him last year. There were even still notes written on the paper, and spells pulled out and memorized for the wizard and all that. Lots of cool stuff. It was like there was some history to it. And what had happened was last year, there was a fight with these three beholders. And there's a close-up. Unfortunately, this one came out a little bit blurry. I think I was in a hurry because people were taking their turns. There was these three beholders, and the guy was telling me that in the playtest, when they were trying to make sure that the adventure was fun for last year, somebody critted and killed one of the beholders. And then when they actually played the game last year, somebody else critted and killed one of the beholders. And if you saw the picture just a couple seconds ago, I critted and killed that beholder. This was the one beholder that survived that fight last year and was trying to escape the city in this wagon. He was covered with a haystack at first, and this die right here was one of the other characters who cast Lightning Bolt. Totally dealt crap for damage. I mean, I think he got to roll like 9 dice, and 6 of them were ones. It was terrible. But he revealed the beholder. And it was funny because the beholder was looking behind, and these are the same people that had fought him last time. Now, of course, in real life, it was a year since the last game, but in the game time, it was only a couple of weeks or something. This beholder and his two buddies are hanging out. These adventurers bust in, kill his two friends, and he escapes. And now he's trying to get out of town. And suddenly the adventurers, on a completely unrelated mission, once again find him. And he's like, oh, crap. Well, I jumped up the very first round after they found out, this guy blasted the lightning bolt. Obviously, they knew where he was, and the beholder was going to kill him. My character, there was another character here, and my character was in love with her. Well, she ran forward and jumped on top of the beholder and was going to wrestle him to the ground, which is kind of stupid because beholders are huge. And I couldn't stand that. So my character ran up to the top of this hill and then spent his action point to take an extra action and cast Disintegrate, and then I rolled a 20. Which was awesome. Because that was, literally right after the guy told me the story about how the one in the playtest, the guy critted and killed a beholder, and then in the game, a guy critted and killed a beholder, I roll a 20 and crit and kill the beholder. This is the line of effect. This is my... It was so epic. You can see the one character right here, the little black base on top of the beholder. My damage roll, you get to roll... For my character, he would have gotten to roll 22d6. And if you're rolling 22d6, that's what, 132 max damage. I rolled 92. So I rolled better than half. And then you double that for the critical, and I dealt 184 damage to him, which is insane. And the guy decided, okay, and he drew this big line on here, and he says... 10 feet down, this thing has been trenched out by the Disintegrate spell. It's all gone now. All of it. Which was cool. I actually have this map. They rolled it up after the game and gave it to me. So that I can remember that moment forever. And there's a view from my wizard down to the beholder, which isn't that great. Got a little bit blurry. Again, my camera's focused right here. Rather than, over here. And then here, better is the view from the beholder up to my wizard. Unfortunately, the only thing spoiling that is that my camera strap, wrist strap, got in view. This is the same fight later in the same fight. The beholder died, of course, instantly. I was the first one to hit it. And then there were these two owl bears. One of our characters was a minotaur, and then he cast Enlarge on himself. So he goes from being a large minotaur to being a huge minotaur, which is this. And then in the fight, he just picked up and brained the owl bears together. And there he is holding two of the doppelgangers in his hands, and I'm standing right here. I'm actually up on top of a die because my character's flying at the moment. But he's about to smash those two doppelgangers together. This is later on at night. We're in a temple fighting. And we were fighting golems, and they used these... War Machine heavy jacks to represent the golems. This one right here that's running away, because the main fight was over here at the bottom of the screen, they had these magical runes inscribed on them. And there was a divine rune that said kill. And so they were basically, these golems, if left to their own devices, would kill things. But most of them had an arcane rune that said don't. So it was don't kill, and then they were kind of inactivated by that. Well, one of the characters who didn't know anything about magic happened to be the only one that was near enough to these golems that weren't moving around, and he wanted to inscribe, another arcane rune on it so that we could use it against him. You can see there's one of them right here. We had already inscribed on this guy, and so he was attacking this big heavy jack. But unfortunately... he rolled poorly. And so what they did was they grabbed the player's handbook and they rolled a die to determine what page. And they rolled another die to determine what line. And then they rolled another die to determine which word. And so he ended up programming that golem to kill doorways. And so the golem... There's no doors in this room, so the golem's running down the hallway looking for a door to go kill. And these are some doppelgangers that actually showed up to, quote-unquote, help us in the fight. My character, they were following my character around, and I told them to heal. Actually, I just told them to help as they could, and then I handed off this magic item to another character, and that character then told him to heal the Minotaur. The Minotaur guy he had 70 hit points, and he got hit for 70 hit points in the first turn. This Jack hit him twice for 70 hit points, and went at 0 in 3rd edition D&D. You don't immediately go down. You get one action, and so he, as his action, healed himself, and then these doppelgangers grabbed a bunch of potions and started throwing them down the Minotaur's gullet to heal him up the rest of the fight. This is just a shot kind of down at Warjack level. There was also a Draco Lich, and I loved this picture because it's like a donkey. It's like, ee-aw, ee-aw. And this Draco Lich thought it was still alive in a dragon, and unfortunately that wasn't true. But luckily we came by, and the magic item that I had handed off to the other character was actually belonged to this dragon and her mate. She had the other half of it, and we needed to put them back together. But that was just a perfect picture. I had just reached over with my camera and taken it, and it came out so clear and wonderful. Alright, I got a couple more minutes, I guess, on this video. So here we are, walking around the vendor hall again, and there was just this person in costume. Unfortunately, somebody's arm got here, and I didn't frame the picture very well. This guy was getting his picture taken with her, and he had like a mandolin and everything, and he got down on one knee and started pretending like he was strumming and singing a song. Some cat woman, my one friend, he was like, I don't think she had painted herself orange or something, and I'm like, no, she just ate a bunch of carrots for the past 3 months and turned orange. There is a Princess Leia with a very small child. Now, it's funny, as you can tell by the face of this kid, how young he is. This is not like a teenager or a 12-year-old or something. So this lady was incredibly short. This lady was just wearing a big dress. There is the Harley Quinn. I don't think that's the new Harley Quinn outfit, but it might be. I'm not sure. This was out in the hallway. This is the miniature painting competition results, at least some of them. Unfortunately, I should have probably taken a picture of the ribbon, but basically here, these minis were all completely painted while we were at the convention. People do not paint these over days and weeks and months and get them all perfect and then bring them. No, they have to sit down at the convention and paint these, I believe, is the rule. So there's this guy, which is awesome, and then I get another shot. Now what's funny here is my camera actually recognized this mini's face and focused on him. Fortunately, this is all right next to each other, so the whole thing comes in focus. Same category, different one. That robot had just pulled that dude's arm off. Ugh, freaky. And then I got a picture from up on high. This was the diorama part. So this is the diorama section. I loved this one. There's like this frog knight, and he beheaded a dragon. And I decided to get a head-on look at it rather than an overhead view. I think I got an overhead view and it was blurry and I deleted it. What I do is I download the pictures from my camera. I actually upload the pictures from my camera to my computer, and then I page through them one by one, and if anything is so blurry, I delete it. This is the honorable mention, I think, diorama. Looked pretty cool. There's like just these big tentacles all around, grabbing at people. This one, I'm actually very proud of this picture because I am zoomed in a lot, but you don't notice much graininess at all to the photo, and everything came out very clear. Because I was standing up, and this was like 2 or 3 shelves down and in the back, and I had zoomed in and gotten a nice clear picture on it. And then this is the sculpture competition. When you make a miniature, and this goes for any, what you make first is called a green, and this is, you can see it's green. It's a special kind of plastic or clay. I'm not exactly sure what the material is, but the miniature artist will actually sculpt the mini, and then what happens is they use that green to make the mold, and then they use the mold to make the minis that they sell. So in this competition, your job was to make the green for it, and this was first place. This woman standing on top of a dragon's head, which was awesome. I would buy that mini any day. This was second place, a sort of Valkyrie-looking lady. Third place was this. I don't think that this deserved third. I think this deserved second. Maybe even first. Look how intricate that is. This, I mean, first of all, this is all one piece. There's no like wires or plastic, invisible stands or anything. And then they had to sculpt each of these bats holding it up, and then the broom and everything. And this was all. I think this is all one continuous piece of this green substance. All right, so I'm going to end the video there, and we'll get on with the next one.